Today in Atlanta, Georgia, from a landmark legal ruling to a surprising twist in automotive tech, the news is anything but ordinary. I'm Dean Bark, and welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark here in Atlanta. Let's open with the big one. A DeKalb County hotel is back under the spotlight after a major legal decision, and the implications could reach far beyond one property. United Inn & Suites, a budget hotel on Memorial Drive in DeKalb County, was hit with a $40 million civil verdict for its role in the sex trafficking of a 16-year-old girl. That's the headline. Now, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, which is the federal appellate court covering Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, says the hotel must face juries in 2 additional similar lawsuits. Former detectives had already identified the property as among the worst in the county for sex and drug crimes. The pattern was not exactly subtle. Here's the legal crux. Under a federal law that bars anyone from knowingly benefiting from sex trafficking, plaintiffs argued the hotel profited while turning a blind eye. The appellate ruling doesn't end the fight. It clears the path for those other cases to be heard by juries. That matters. It signals to properties across the region that if you're on notice about trafficking on site, you can't treat it as just another room night. There are prevention tools. Hotels can train staff to spot red flags, maintain guest verification protocols, monitor high-risk activity on security cameras, and partner with law enforcement and service providers. The court's message is clear. Do the work up front or face the consequences in court, and hotels must be more proactive in preventing such heinous crimes on their premises. Moving on, Southwest Atlanta woke to more gunfire, and this time a child paid the price. Atlanta police say a 7-year-old boy was injured in a drive-by shooting at the Ashley Cascade Apartments, an apartment complex on Kimberly Way Southwest, west of I-285 and south of Cascade Road. Officers responded just before 2 a.m. Thursday. Bullets went into an apartment while the child was asleep. He was struck in the arm. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the city's major daily newspaper known as the AJC, previously listed Ashley Cascade in its dangerous dwellings investigation, highlighting persistently violent complexes in metro Atlanta. This is not an isolated blip. Residents have long complained about poor lighting, broken gates, and slow response from property management. Police can surge patrols, but sustained safety typically demands a package deal. Code enforcement to hold owners accountable, working cameras and access control, youth outreach for the immediate area, and neighborhood groups supported with real resources. Kids should be waking up to cartoons, not crime scene tape. Opinion: it's high time for a substantial intervention to ensure the safety of our neighborhoods. Let's pivot to the next story. Immigration policy meets city infrastructure, and the result is a statewide pause. The Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, has suspended plans to convert warehouses into immigrant detention centers in the Georgia cities of Social Circle and Oakwood. Social Circle is a small city that straddles Walton and Newton counties. Oakwood is a Hall County city near Gainesville. Local officials raised a basic but crucial question. Can water, sewer, and public safety infrastructure handle facilities of that size? So DHS, amid a nationwide review of its warehouse strategy and a broader reconsideration of detention plans dating back to the previous administration, hit pause just ahead of meetings the cities had scheduled to air concerns. A pause isn't a cancellation. It is a chance to match any federal plan with the on-the-ground reality of local utilities and services. If the math on capacity does not work, communities feel the strain first. Schools, hospitals, police and fire, even traffic patterns. That's the story right there. Opinion: this pause reflects the importance of community concerns in government planning. Shifting gears, celebrity and crime intersect in South Florida, with suspects tied back to Georgia. Police near Miami say 3 men from Georgia, including 2 from Metro Atlanta, are charged after an attempted break-in at the home of Larsa Pippen, a cast member on The Real Housewives of Miami. The home is in Pinecrest, a suburban village just south of Miami. The incident happened Sunday afternoon. A witness called 911 after spotting 2 men in the backyard, and video captured the suspects trying to get in. Pippen was not at home at the time. For public figures, visibility brings risk, And not just in their home city. Social media schedules, travel posts, even renovation permits can broadcast vulnerabilities. Good security for high-profile residents usually means layered defenses. Monitored alarms, cameras that actually record and alert, reinforced doors and windows, and neighbors or private patrols that will call things in. Interstate travel is great for peaches and football, not so much for burglary. All right, next topic. Your car may be getting smarter while you sleep, and not because you parked it near a library. Volvo, the Swedish automaker known for safety, pushed a software update that added an AI-powered digital assistant to thousands of its cars, including models going back to 2020 and 2021. Over-the-air updates, which are wireless software downloads sent straight to the vehicle, now let automakers fix bugs and add features long after you drive off the lot. Subaru did something similar when it enabled a hands-free driving system on existing Outback models. Tesla and Rivian, both electric vehicle makers, have sprinkled in everything from performance tweaks to playful, holiday-themed add-ons. With electric drivetrains, some manufacturers can even unlock extra acceleration or range for a fee. It's the smartphone model on 4 wheels, powerful, convenient, and a little controversial. The industry likes the recurring revenue from subscriptions, and drivers are still deciding how they feel about paying monthly for features in a car they already bought. My vintage typewriter never got a firmware update. It also never charged me a subscription. Opinion, while convenient, the idea of paying extra for car features after purchase is a hard sell. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark here in Atlanta. Have a great day, and join us again tomorrow.